Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the 37th episode of New Brew. Let's welcome in our panel for tonight. We have Alex, the beer master.
What is up, everybody? Cheers.
Thomas Metal 75.
Hello.
Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Eric.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right. We got East Coast LQ Reviews. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews.
Cheers.
Whoop. He got someone breaking in. It's a zombie. Be careful. There's a zombie behind you, Dan. We have Dan from FLX Beer Reviews.
Hey, gang.
Beer Man.
Cheers.
And myself, Bumpy Road. Cheers to the chat. Who is Luke John? Wow, just as I said that. Cheers. Howdy, 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 howdy.
Cheers.
John. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this new brew with Alex, the beer master, starting us off. Now, if you guys can speak slowly, I will try to actually not throw up.
Oh,
Put the little scrolling thing at the bottom of what beers you're drinking, so people can kind of recall as we go throughout the night here. So, Alex, let me get you to where you need to be.
All right, brother. Thanks, brother.
Commerce Ozzy and Cheryl Crawford.
Well, I got the pumpkin ale from Shafty Brewing. Never had it before. That's the cap. Then we got, this is not a scary pumpkin beer. I got a couple scary pumpkin beers for the legendary Beer Man show. Even though it has nothing to do with pumpkin, it's just, you'll explain, legendary Beer Man will explain that. So that's what we got here. I'm going to pour this up. We're going to check it out, taste it, see what it tastes like, smell like, whatever. So let's see what it's all about, shall we? That's a nice
Cheers.
All right, cheers, my brother. See if it's delicious for Bumpy to try it. Find out, or anybody else. Okay. Smells pretty good. Let's pour this up, shall we? I didn't see any smoke. But that doesn't mean it's not bad or anything. I'm basically cheating. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so 2-finger head. Nice copper color. Kind of looks a little dark on the screen here that I'm seeing through, but where I'm seeing in front of me, it is a copper color, dark color. Can hardly see anything out of that. Nice frothy head. I mean, that's exactly what we want. Let me see if we can find the ABV here. I'm trying to hurry up. I don't want to take 50 years,
right.
What I mean. ABV. I don't see it. So let's get into the smell, taste, and maybe I'll take a look while everybody else is talking. So, smells cinnamon. Smells really, really like a sweet pumpkin cinnamon. Because, technically, if you eat a regular pumpkin, it ain't going to taste like pumpkin unless you have the spices, the nutmeg, the vanilla, all that. If you actually ate just pumpkin, it's going to be like a plain gourd. It ain't going to taste good. That's what turns into a pumpkin. All that delicious seasonings, as you know. Or spices. So, smells delicious. Well, it's still early to drink pumpkin beers, but hey, what the hell? It's going to be October soon, so what the hell? So, cheers, and see what this tastes like, shall we?
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Yeah, and anybody in the chat, like Commerce just mentioned, what beer he is drinking. If you guys want to let us know as well in the chat. Cheers.
Cool.
The beer I'm drinking. Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking to me because that's what I'm drinking.
Oh,
Pumpkin ale. And then this is the cap.
Schlafly.
That's the brewery. If you guys are asking that.
oh, I gotta change that. There's an L in there. I didn't see that.
Yeah, Schlafly.
That's okay.
Schlafly.
So the mouthfeel is very light, a little bit of creaminess, not too thick. It's just a perfect mouthfeel. You could taste the nutmeg or the cinnamon, somewhat vanilla. Kind of like a cinnamon roll. Except it's not a cinnamon roll, it's a pumpkin beer. But yeah, this is a lot of seasoning, a lot of spice to it. Not spicy, but I meant, a lot more pepperay or whatever they say. Yeah. That's all you're tasting. The pumpkin, seasonings, nutmeg, all that stuff. Kind of dries your mouth out a little bit, just to let you know. Mouthfeel is nice and medium to light. Is it medium? Let me make sure. A little thick mouthfeel. That's a good coating on the palate. It's not watered down at all. It is not a watered down beer. You can feel that thickness on the palate. Not watered at all. Mm-mm. And that seasonings, and I hate to repeat myself, the spices and the seasonings coat your mouth all the way through. As I'm talking, they are not going away. Like some beers you'll drink that are really light, you get that nice coating on the palate and the flavor on the palate, and then it goes away. This does not go away. It just lingers on the back of the throat. That's it for me. Very delicious. Like I said, if you like the spicinesses and stuff like that, and the punkiness to bring out the season early, this would be a perfect one. Now, I would like it if it was a pumpkin pie, because I'll tell you, I love pumpkin pie. But you know what? There is a pumpkin pie beer. Unfortunately, I will not be able to put it on this show because obviously I've already drank it. But if I ever get the beer again, I can bring it on the show off the air, not on the show itself, because it's not a new brew anymore, because BuMpY saw it and everybody saw me drink it. So unfortunately, it's not a new brew anymore. So, but that is a series though. There you got that pumpkin cheesecake fingers from Imprint. And if I can find another beer from Imprint, from the cake series or whatever the series it's called, I'll bring it on that show. I'll bring it on the new brew, because never tried the other ones yet. At least that series. So yeah. I'm going to get my rating and stuff like that. Next time around, it's time for me to shut up and let someone else talk. Appreciate it, BuMpY. And cheers.
Wow.
Cheers.
Cool, thanks.
Well, thank you, Alex.
Anytime.
Let's go ahead and bring in
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Eric.
Whoa, hello. Thank you for stopping by the Bumpy Road Brews channel of YouTube. And I was about to say this is a new brew to me, but it has to be. Yes, it's a new brewery that I've heard good stuff about. Never tried any of their stuff. This is the Marlowe artisanal ales. This is their Eager to Share American Pale Ale at 5.4% ABV. This is their version, their flagship pale ale. It's an American pale ale brewed with Citra and Mosaic hops, and they're in North Haven, Connecticut, the Marlowe Artisanal Ales. And this one is the 22nd of June, 2022. Got a 4-pack day, so it's about high time to start consuming, which this is within your typical style of freshness dates. Anything else? There's a little bit of a description on Brew Advocate, but instead of listening to what they're gonna say for flavor profile, I will figure out that on my own. Let's not spoil it, shall we? I guess Marlowe, according to their website, they cater to more lower style ABV beers, which is really nice to see. So it's very sessionable offerings. This one, obviously, you can see here, has that bright, hazy New England style pale ale look to it. It's got a nice 2.5, just about 3-finger head. Very frothy head. A little bit of popping and fizzing. I don't really see any sediment yet. And the only carbonation I'm really able to see, well, there's some of the carbonation coming up. It's got a moderate amount of carbonation. Kind of a little lighter than champagne, but it looks like a really nice pale ale. Let's see if I get the Mosaic and the Citra. If I get any like blueberry-ish notes from Mosaic. And it still smells pretty fresh, so that's pretty good. It's still very bright, herbaceous. There's a little bit of maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little bit of like an herbal black tea or something like that. Kind of a note. I am getting the citrusy notes in there too. I was about to say banana, but maybe very lightly at this point, if any. But definitely grapefruit and some orangey notes and some papaya. There is a nice resiny, a little bit of a resiny dank quality, not a huge amount, but there is some hot oils in the background. It smells really clean for the most part. Maybe there's a little bit of a black or a white, maybe like a white kind of a peppercorn from the yeast strain, maybe. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's a very clean but well done nose for what you're typically going to expect from a New England style ale or New England style hoppier beer. And I guess I do get maybe power persuasion, but I am getting a little bit of like a jammy blueberry, but just a little bit in the background, not super sweet like a heavily fruited sour in that department when I say jammy, but something's definitely reminding me of citra hops, obviously with all your citrus notes and some of that blueberry underneath. So let's go for it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
It's actually a little too cold, to be completely honest. It could be a little warmer to get a little more maltier flavors here, but I'm definitely getting the blueberry. I'm getting the Mosaic hop front and center, should I say. And then I'm getting the grapefruit, papaya, a little bit of pineapple, perhaps some oranginess to it. It's got a moderate carbonation. I wouldn't say it's super, super pillowy smooth, but it's got some of that velvety, smoother texture to it. It would be a little bit more fine, I suppose, and it would be a little bit more velvety on the texture, but it's pretty good for the most part. I can't really complain. Obviously, there's no 5.4% or any alcohol really in the beer that I can really detect. What else? Yeah, there's definitely some oiliness to it. There's definitely some of the dankness of grapefruit of the onion and the garlic, but it's very light in this beer. It finishes super quick. To me, it's not super, super dry, but it is dry. It is relatively dry, and I'm getting like a dried blueberry, maybe like a dried apricot blueberry, kind of a little mixture to it. If they made this with like a graham cracker or something like that, this might actually be a really good sour variety to do something with these hops like that. That would be really good. So let's see. The head is actually nice and creamy. It does pour a really good head out of the can. I'm not real disappointed. It still tastes super fresh. There's still a nice hop oil resiny quality to it. It's got a full flavor for an American pale ale. I don't know. Maybe you go to the brewery, maybe the carbonation's a little bit finer and it's even more velvety, smooth texture. But I am getting that white wheat malt or flaked oat, maybe more like a flaked oatiness. Maybe that's why I'm thinking blueberry like pie or something. Maybe it's the oats. And yeah, just a little harsh on the carbonation, but it doesn't have a burn like a soda would, so or like a seltzer water. So far so good. I'm gonna let this thing warm up and see if I get any more interesting flavors. Cheers, everybody.
All right. Cheers, Eric. Thank you.
Cheers, Eric.
You're welcome.
Let's bring in.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, man. All right. So the beer that I have is this is from Drecker Brewing Co. This is their Royal Bee. It's a honey cream double IPA. The side says malt, pale two-row, oats, carafoam, spelt, hops, Magnum, Hallertau Blanc, Equinaut, Mosaic, House IPA yeast. Gimmicks, they do use honey and lactose. So it's 8% alcohol by volume. They do have like the little snifter on the side. My camera's not going to pick it up. A little disappointed with the date, but it should be still good. It says canned on 6/30/22, so it's a couple months old. But this just showed up at my store like last week, so I thought it would be fresher than that. But I'm sure it's pretty good, and it sounds really good. So I'm gonna crack this open.
I wonder how hard it is for stores, even in the eastern part of the country, to get really fresh dates for Drecker beers and stuff.
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
gonna say I think I've noticed
And
that
Great Notion.
before. Yeah, I've noticed that before with some of the Drecker products that have came over here. It's usually like a month behind or something, or
Mhm.
more than that.
I think them and Great Notion are kind of like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I go to Mass for those. I don't actually see those around here. Great Notion.
Ooh, okay.
Right. When you go to Massachusetts, you go hang out at the legendary BuMpY. Might as well get the beers because they're right there, Chief. I thought you get
or
Is it New
John
Hampshire?
Haley and Thomas Middleton.
Yeah. That would be
And then
Eric over there.
yeah. Anyways, I'll shut up.
So this looks pretty good.
looks delicious. That's New England IPA, isn't it? Legendary BuMpY.
Yeah. So it's pretty much New England IPA with honey and lactose in it. We got some floaties. We got some floaties in there. Nice golden orange. Yeah. Super hazy. Pretty much no clarity through it at all. We got a finger and a half tight knit head. Holds some good retention. Lots of effervescence at the top. Actually, at the bottom too. You guys can even pick that up. Gotta get a new webcam. But yeah, looks pretty good. We go for the nose on this. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
It smells like a really sweet milkshake IPA because I get honey normally sometimes as far as like sweetness from the malts. It's not super prominent on the nose. I'm getting more melon, pineapple, tangerine, grapefruit, a little bit of hop resin. Nice biscuity breadiness as well. It smells really sweet. I will say that. But it does kind of have like a fresh hop aroma. Not anything like earthy or spicy, but like that fresh hops. But yeah, this smells really good. I'm kind of a little disappointed. I wish the honey was a little bit more prominent. Well, for the most part, it smells like a really sweet, pretty good smelling New England IPA. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers, legendary Tanner. Appreciate you.
They use oats in this, huh? Yeah, oats. It definitely has that that silky smooth, creamy body to it. The honey's definitely on the aftertaste. You get the honey and the lactose sweetness on the aftertaste. There's a little bit of an astringency, a little bit of a hop bitterness, a little bit of resin left on your tongue. Candied melon. Kind of like juicy fruit. It's like a juicy fruit bubble gum in there. It's super sweet. Pineapple again. Some type of like winey like finish. Maybe like some white grape. Nice citrusy. I'd say more orange peel, grapefruit on the back end, but more tropical, pineapple, and like candied, sugary aspect up front. This is pretty damn good. I do like it. Yeah, I think they did a good job with this. The honey has a nice influence on the finish. I will say it's not super prominent up front, but it does kind of. I feel like it does kind of add to that mouthfeel along with the carafoam and the oats spelt. I think mostly the oats is probably what's giving it that super creamy, pillowy, soft mouthfeel, like you guys always say. But yeah, this is a good beer. I like it. Honey's a nice addition on the back end. Lactose really adds to that sweetness. It's not overly bitter, but if you are a New England IPA drinker that does like a little bit of like a hop resin lingering bitterness left on your tongue, I think you would like this. Could be super sweet, could be overly sweet. Not to the point where it's like cloying, like you would get with some other beers. But I would say that possibly the sweetness in this might be a little offensive to some New England IPA drinkers. But for the most part, I'm digging it. I like it. Badass looking can art too.
Hell yeah.
Whenever we go to ratings or whenever we're talking about ratings, I'll possibly have some other additional flavor notes and a number for this. So cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
You picked up on that. They got Hallertau Blanc. You picked up on white grape.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cool.
Wish it was Soviet. Not Sauvignon. What's the other one? Nelson Sauvin.
Yes. Those are great.
That's a good one. The white grape.
Cheers. Cheers. All right. Well, let's bring up
Cheers, guys.
miscellaneous. Thank you, Tanner.
All right, cheers, guys. So yeah, I got something here, but it's definitely not fresh. I can tell you that. So I've got something here from Trippin' Animals. They're out of Doral, Florida. Can art there. This is called orange chocolate fondue. 6% ABV. It's a sour ale with Caracara orange, cacao nibs, and vanilla. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of bought this on a whim just to see. Kind of an experiment. This is canned on 12/29/21. It's old beer right here. Sour. Doesn't say it has lactose in it. I don't know. Roll the dice. Check it out, boys.
Someone's got to get those beers off the shelf,
I didn't
right?
see any huge chunks fall out of there. That's definitely an oddly colored beer for something that they say has chocolate in it. Yeah, looks pretty good. Nice light orange color, very tight knit. One finger head there, little soapy, tiny soapy bubbles. Yeah, no sediment. I'm not too. Ooh, definitely get. It's almost like a milk chocolate.
Wow.
Milk chocolate, and you get the slight orange citrusy. It's very candy-like, almost. It smells very, very sweet. 6%, no alcohol noticeable on the nose. It is hazy. You cannot see through it. No shadows. Let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Sounds good, dude.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, legendary Andrew. Appreciate you.
It's still good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fresh, but it's not bad or rancid. All right.
Good news.
Yeah.
Light body beer, high carbonation to it. It's lifty, fizzy. It's crisp. It's got a tart, sour aspect. That Cara orange is a tart, more sour fruit. I like how they're balancing it off with the chocolate. The chocolate is so light and it's not overbearing. It actually works well with the sour tartness of the beer. Vanilla plays in with the chocolate, which kind of rounds it out. I wouldn't say it's like Orange Julius because it's definitely not that. Light, refreshing. I've only had one other sour, like true sour, like how this is, that it's actually had chocolate in it, and I thought it was gross, absolutely disgusting. Talk about that later though. But this is really, really good. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised for how old the can is, and I guarantee if this had lactose in it, it would be fucked. But very, very good. Good for a hot day. Maybe even a lawnmower beer.
Push lawnmower or a riding lawnmower?
Riding lawnmower.
Hell yeah.
Growing all the
Only
way.
if you got a big yard.
Like, one that drives itself.
Or you can just buy a
Cheers,
goat.
guys.
A lawnmower made by Tesla. Yeah.
Short and sweet. Yeah. Pretty good. Like I said, I couldn't imagine what this probably tasted like. What is it? 10 months ago? Probably was way better, but still drinkable and a fair product. It's a little spendy though. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Tanner.
Cheers.
Tanner. Cheers, Mr.
Cheers, legendary Andrew. Not
Oh.
Cheers, Tanner.
Hey,
Cheers, Andrew.
Thank you, Mr. Lady. All right, let's bring up Dan. If Dan's ready to go.
First, I'd like to apologize to the panel for dropping in and out. I got some things happening in the background. So I brought a jet. Nope, not a Genesee. This is a Just Fruit from Frequentum Brewing. So this is a heavily fruited sour ale with just fruit. I'll allow the name. It's got raspberry, grapefruit, and mango. Canned on date 7/15/22. So Frequentum is out of Canandaigua, New York. That is outside of the Rochester area. If you're ever in this area, I would highly recommend checking them out. Just Fruit I've had before, but I've not had this particular variant.
Now that looks delicious, legendary
Looks
Dan.
like VA fruit juice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it does.
looks
Yeah,
freaking delicious. I want to try that, legendary Dan.
Good lord.
All right. So as you can see, it's I got a little bit of Dirty Glass Mafia there, but yeah, it's definitely coming off more pink. I think on camera maybe it's coming off a little orange. So I don't know if I can see it if I can get close enough, but there's some pectin in there, kind of some little floaties. Looks like it's gonna be kind of thick. No head to speak of. Yeah, there you go. You can see I already see the ring. Stuff.
Damn, it looks like carrot juice.
Dude, it smells like a smoothie. It's something you would go to like Jamba Juice or whatever they call it in the mall and get. No presence of alcohol really. I would say the raspberry and the grapefruit are dominant. Mango is really not playing that much into the nose. It just smells so pleasant. It smells a little tart. Maybe it's going to be a little sour, like mouth puckering. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, Cheers, man.
Cheers, my brother.
It's ridiculous. That's what that is. Full on body. Body is just full on. Not quite like you're not chewing on it. Like it's not like that. I know some of the heavily fruited sours can get like that. And I've had just fruits that get like that as well. But wow, this is so. First sip, you get that sweetness from the raspberry and everything, and then you get like straight up. If you took a grapefruit and cut it in half and just started piling in that sumbitch, and like you get all that stingy, pithy kind of bitterness from the grapefruit, and then the mango comes in to kind of calm it down a little bit, but then that pith comes right back. So it's like definitely like hardcore grapefruit, which I like grapefruit, so I'm a fan of it. It's almost like if you took the grapefruit and some people sprinkle a little sugar on it when they eat it.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's all like 100% like natural flavors. It's not like artificial. It's 100% just like real fruit in there and everything. Yeah, this is delicious. This is something that, on a hot summer day or hell, in the morning, brunch, if you're on like a trip or whatever, crack it open in the morning. This is breakfast all day. Not a hint of alcohol. ABV, I don't believe I said, 5.1 ABV. So definitely not something that's going to put you on your ass, but you drink enough of them. I mean, they go down like candy almost. So yeah, I mean, it's a heavily fruited sour, but it's just delicious with no adjuncts. Just all the fruit in the world. For Quantum, good shit. Cheers. You can see what kind of mess it's leaving. So
This little puree lace in there.
yeah, definitely. It's
Smudge.
Dan, would you say it's kind of like a Drecker?
Or
so
smoothie.
here's the thing. With the Just Fruit series, I think it differentiates itself from like the Mortalis Hydras, the Dreckers,
Okay.
the 450 Norths, just because it's they tend to sweeten those up a little bit. I mean, maybe not all the Hydras, but they tend to sweeten them up and add some other adjuncts. Like this is just, they took just fruit. That's it. Like the name says it all. Like it's literally, if you took
Just
fruit
fruit.
for your blender, that's exactly what it's like.
Okay. If I ever get it, I'll do an examination with you. I don't know if I'll ever get that.
Oh.
Well, if it gets cold enough, BuMpy, Alex, Thomas, Tanner, Andrew, Beerman, we can send some out to you.
Yeah,
I just don't want to send them out now because I don't want that shit
It'll
to blow up in the
explode.
mailbox.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll explode because the heat will not handle. Yeah, it will not handle the heat. No, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice and cold, baby.
All right. I took enough time. Sorry.
Sorry, Dan. I was just asking you a question. Don't shoot me.
Alex, you hold up a show? Who would ever think of that?
That's it, Alex.
Appreciate you too.
Man.
That's it, Alex. You're fired.
Thank you, Dan. All right, let's bring in Beer Man.
Hey, all right, man.
The man.
Cool. So I got one from Structures Brewing. I've never heard of these guys out of Bellingham, Washington. They're kind of near Seattle. It's called the Fuzz. They don't.
Right.
They just say IPA. They don't really. I don't know what it is. It could be a Westie. It could be a New England. It could be a East Coast, Southwest. I don't know.
It looks like an Alchemist can.
It
Yeah,
does.
it's kind of got that alchemisty kind of thing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it was canned. This is why I'm doing it, is because there's no date. I figured I'd do one, just to see what it's all about on this surprise review. So let's find out.
That's what I did. It worked. Roll the dice.
Yeah. Oh, it's in New England.
In England.
Oh, I didn't. It's a 6.5%. Sorry. Yeah, 6.5. Wow, it's really milky. Real milky looking. Like a straw colored beer. You could say straw colored. Very milky though. It looks like milk. It's got like a hazy milk thing going around. It's got a finger head or so on the pour. Almost off-white yellow. Oh, that's fruity. 6.2%, sorry. Grapefruit and orange, navel orange, grapefruit, pink grapefruit comes to mind. Maybe there's a citrus tropical. It's very soft on the nose though. I can't really go too far with that. Look at it again. Opaque, can't see through it. Fast, medium rising bubble. Yeah. Little sizzling on the sides. Kind of silky, oily. Sticking up a good lace. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'd drink that. Look at that thing. Fucking beautiful.
Well, it's more bitter for sure. It's floral. It's floral and bitter on the finish.
Hell yeah.
It almost has a big piney back on the finish. It's very piney. I was thinking I got some pine in the nose, but I didn't know. I wasn't sure. Very soft though on the front. It's very soft and relaxed and calming, and then it starts to go into. It trickles into this like crazy, like bittering kind of stabbing feel in the back, and it's quite not. It's actually not bad. It's more like a. It feels more like a West Coasty kind of hazy style, a New England style, I guess, or whatever you want to go with that. It's not as sweet. It's more It's a medium body, but it's got a watery kind of feel to it. Mouthfeel, like I said, smooth, creamy. I'm getting a somewhat of a grainy taste to this, kind of flaked wheat, cereal, lemon. Lemon comes to mind. Not lemongrass, more like a lemon head with and it does have a sour. It's more sour, like sour sweet. It's like this in between balance between the two. Very calming though. It has a hot burn in the finish, also with that pine. Very hot burn. Damn camera. Hot burn though for sure. Got a fresh feel to it. This is definitely a fresh beer. Smoky. I get a smokiness. There's a smoky feel in this. All in the finish. Very nice mouth coating kind of feel to it. Very nice for a 6.2. Would have never known it was a 6.2. That's all I got to say, guys. Cheers.
Hell
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Cheers, legendary beer man. Appreciate it.
man.
Peppery.
You only get one of those?
It's pepper, black pepper. Only one. Yeah. Yep.
Try one. If you get another one, hold on to it for like 2 months and try it again.
Yeah, I'll see if it has this again for sure. Cheers.
Fresh. Cheers.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers to Joe as well, the beer patrol. Didn't even see you
Cheers,
talking.
Joe. Yeah.
All right. So I'm up. Let me finish my.
That's a new brew.
Not today.
It's
Damn.
an old brew now.
If you pull up a Coors Light,
I would no. Of course, light tastes like water.
well, you can only drink it with the mountains are blue. That's a fact.
Yeah, I always because the way that this show is kind of structured down with.
Oh, I got to
Always good. It's always good to have a side beer or two. So let me
Or 3.
just grab my beer. This thing is called.
Oh,
I think it's called Tent Meadow. Maybe Tent Meadow.
Looks like it.
English
Tent
Trappist
Meadow?
ale.
A taint metal.
It's strong ale brewed with the monks of Mount St. Bernard Abbey, Charnwood Forest, 7.4% ABV. Says with this beer we have returned to a 19th century tradition of brewing in our abbey. When our brethren arrived in 1835, they settled in a poor cottage on Tent Meadow. Call it Tent. Why not? And now an extension of our monastic enclosure. The strong dark ale re-ferments in the bottle, store in a cool, dark, quiet place. Don't want to disturb it. Pour gently at 9 degrees Celsius. Gives you the ingredients: water, barley malt, sugar, hops, yeast. Yeah, they use candy sugar, so beet sugar. Yeah, so it's a strong beer, strong Belgian style abbey from an English Trappist brewery. So let's pour it. I've never had it before, so I was thinking about bringing it to Beer Man's show for beer and cheese, but I found something else that I thought would match up better with the cheese I was going to bring, which it did work. awesome that night.
Cool.
So, but I said, damn it, I have never seen this before, and they only had a few bottles. So I had to grab it. I said, I need a new beer anyways. So here we go.
Hey, BuMpy, maybe if you
The top
BuMpy,
looks like a modest man.
I like the
it does.
and I like the bottle too.
Dude, for a minute when he held it up, I was like, "Wait, is that Modest Man?"
Yeah, I thought so for a second.
Cat, yeah.
Hey, Legendary BuMpy, if you like it, maybe you can go get more if those bottles are still there, brother.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen it,
Yeah,
and they only had a few bottles. So
I'm just saying if you like it.
I don't
maybe
think.
they'll
I
still
think
have it.
sometimes you get stuff that's kind of comes over from overseas, and special stuff is rarely available.
True that, Legendary BuMpy. Well, if
That's
you go
where
back to
I
that
thought.
store, maybe they'll still have it, BuMpy. You don't
Yeah.
know.
It's good.
We'll
Try
see.
it.
I'll throw mine up on the scrolling screen below afterwards, but right now, let's just go through this real quick. I'll give this some time to kind of do what it's doing.
Man, you didn't Alex the Beer Master pour. I hate to tell you that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it looks
beer
like.
wanted to pour that
anyways. We got the kind of off-white colored head, a little bit khaki-esque. Kind of it's got like a rockiness to it. So it is going to start to break down. This is only 7.4% ABV, so it's not like a gigantic ABV. Good carbonation pouring up through. It kind of looks like a mahogany color, a little bit purple-esque. It looks almost like a fruited sour. I mean, it's got kind of this grapish mahogany look to it, and it looks very murky like. So yeah, there's lots of floaty stuff throughout it. Get a nice red light when you hold it up to an actual light through the bottom. So where's my usual hat? Oh, sorry.
Get him.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
Mine's itchy.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
All right. So put some aromas on this thing. Well, it's got that kind of bready maltness, touch of alcohol, actually, I think, in the nose first whiff. There's something there. There is something there. I'm getting like a fruitiness. There is a slight fruitiness to it. It's a little bit fig, but it's almost like going towards like strawberry fig, Newton. Even though figs are not strawberry, but it's got this like weird, it's got like kind of this weird strawberry type tint to a fig Newton. Like so darker fruit. And then there's a strange aroma in there that first had me thinking alcohol. I don't know. I'm going to take a sip. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, BuMpy.
Cheers, Legendary BuMpy.
Cheers, man.
Your beer's not at the bottom.
It will be.
It will be.
Uh-oh. Hell no.
Yeah, this has a strange flavor to it. It's got a little bit of a breadiness. There is this grainy flavor that I'm kind of working on now. It's on the verge of being like metallic, but it's not metallic. And this is kind of that aroma I was getting too, but it's coming through in the flavor as well. This is messed up. Yeah, bready, fruity, the graininess. There is like an earthy hoppiness to it as well. There's quite a bit of a bitterness to this one.
Luke John said licorice in the chat. I don't know
He thinks there's licorice in this.
Licorice, star anise.
It's not coming off like black licorice to me or star anise. But if he's had this beer before and that's what he thinks he's got, there's something strange in this.
In the neighborhood.
Mm.
We got a couple.
What's the date on it, BuMpy? Let's read BuMpy.
It just says that it's best before January 25th, 2024.
Okay, well then it shouldn't be bad then, unless something wrong.
Yeah.
Unless it's all bad, Alex.
Yeah, you're right. And I was hoping not.
That's not.
It's not the
BuMpy.
worst. It's not the worst beer I've ever had, but it just has a strange flavor note with this graininess to it. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it's bready. It's got a dark fruit. It's kind of got this almost like rye spiciness to it. There's a bit of a spice that comes off the tail end of the grain. Like I said, it had me thinking metallic type note at first, but it's not metallic. It's just something with that kind of weird graininess. 7.4% ABV. I mean, it doesn't taste like alcohol. It's no real warming in the chest or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have a score later, but I gotta keep drinking on this thing.
Ooh.
There's not a
you got
lot.
that. You
There's
got the
not a lot.
EQ face on you, BuMpy. You got the EQ face going.
Yeah. It definitely has a bitterness that does linger on. Bitterness at least isn't like super harsh. It's just kind of woodsy, earthy tone. All right. Let's get to this free for all so we can move on with this show. Free for all. Free for all.
Triple free for all.
Free for.
I would have more thoughts about my beverage, but I was forced to give up the rest of my beverage to my fiance.
Well, you have more.
Nah, it's just
You should have told her it wasn't good. Oh no, you don't try.
No, listen, anything with fruit in it, she's down with it.
It tastes bad. I promise you. I won't drink it.
That's okay.
We got a flash flood warning over here right now.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, it's been crazy rain
Damn.
all day in the northeast.
Yeah, the I-95 had literally it was up to the cars, like the halfway to the door. I was looking at pictures. Pretty intense.
Well, we probably have a flood warning too because we're getting that same rain, I believe. Legendary Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fucking lie, Josh. And we all
Silence. Awkward silence.
Oh, all that money you spent yesterday.
Yeah, right.
So now that I'm done with mine, I'm drinking the zombie dust.
I like that beer.
From Genesee?
It's
Yeah. It's a collab with Three Floyds and Genesee.
Yeah, right.
This is the cream ale version.
Have you had the gumball head?
They call that the zombie cream.
Zombie
We call that the Genesee dust.
The creamy dust.
That just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Creamy dust. Mm.
Creamy dust. Man, I like it. I like it, Thomas. Creamy dust.
Creamy dust.
So much to comment.
Yeah, creamy.
Have you had the gumball head there, Dan?
No, I mean I've seen it. I guess I've never bought it.
I think it's pretty good. I like the gumball head by them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: when this thing came out, during the pandemic, I saw it on shelves for the first time. Like, holy crap, that's zombie dust!
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah, I like that one. I thought it was pretty good. I've had a couple.
Get a pretty good rep, that beer.
Yeah.
Word on the
definitely.
street.
Spoiler alert: I was able to finally try some Pliny.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Really?
Good, and it was only 2.5 weeks old.
Would you go to a bar?
Oh, that's even fresher than what these guys had.
Yeah. No. We did some reviews with Joe over at Beer Push
Yeah, I
Report.
seen
Legendary J.
he got his hands on that.
So
He dropped that video
he
today.
dropped the unboxing today, but he's like, "Hey, I'm willing to bring the Pliny over if you guys would like to try it."
That's cool with him.
I mean, I wasn't fighting him about it. I wasn't like, you shouldn't,
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't, but you should.
It was really awesome.
That's cool though.
I believe the review that'll be up on his channel probably next weekend. But yeah, I mean, like you guys had it. Like, what surprised me the most of that beer, like right off the bat, though, was the mouthfeel wasn't what I anticipated. It was like very soft, like, or at least the one I had.
Very easy drinking.
Easy to drink.
Right,
for sure.
right. It wasn't like
Drinkability was through the
I just,
roof.
typical West Coast. I was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of, kind of carved, kind of,
With a good flavor profile.
That's
Yeah.
one of those beers where you sit there and you're hammering through it, and then you get to the last like 4 ounces, and you're like, I don't want to drink this, but I want to drink this.
Right.
Baby in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It was definitely what I liked about
Definitely-
that beer was it was a Westie, but it didn't have that super caramel malt, or there wasn't really any caramel malt. It was more like honey. That one had like more of a honey kind of sweetness. But a lot of the Westies nowadays are just super caramel malt forward, and it just kind of overpowers the whole beer. They're not necessarily enjoyable. It kind of takes away from the hops. The sweetness kind of eats at the bitterness, and that's what you want. You want a super piney hop resin West Coast IPA.
For a Westie, yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it. Thomas,
Orange.
that beer is warmed up.
Yup.
So I have to ask you what you're thinking now that it's warmed up and you've had a chance to really sit there and digest it.
Marlo, eager to share. I think it's. I want to say at this point it feels like it's a. I want to say at this point it feels like it's a drier beer. At this point, I'm getting more of a malty, white, bready, biscuity kind of a flavor to it. I'm not noticing as much of what I thought was the oatiness to it initially, where it almost had the blueberry with the mosaic and like a pie crust kind of deal. But now I'm just noticing just a little bit more upfront citrusy, juicy notes to it. And it actually is a little bit, it's actually kind of opening up to show a little bit more bitterness and some more of the resinous, oily notes to it. So I think if you let this kind of come up a little bit, I don't know, closer, if you will, to the 50-degree mark, you're going to get more. It's going to be a little bit bolder beer, a little bit more of a bitter punch in the background. But I think it is a pretty smooth and quick finishing beer without it being too overly bitter at all. I think I prefer the drinkability of it now. I think it's a little bit more. It's not super crazy, but I think there's more to like about the New England style bitterness and the tropical flavors at this point. I think a little bit cooler as you would expect. It's a little gentler, and it's just, I don't know, you're kind of missing out on some of the subtleties of the beer when it was a little bit cooler. And the carbonation felt like it was a little bit more harsh. This is coming together a little better at this temperature. So nice. This is going to get a good rating. Pretty nice. Can't complain. So far, so good once again. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked good, man. Like, what was it? I think Nelly sent me 2 like pale ales from Burlington. They look like that, and I was like, hot damn.
Got a little milky complexion to it towards the end of the can. Very nice.
I'd like to point out that Joe said he regretted sharing that beer.
I saw that. I don't blame him.
I regretted reviewing beer halfway through the day with Joe.
I let my wife try it, but she's not into that. Like, I don't know. I usually always let my wife try it, but that was like one. I'm like, yeah. All right, thank you.
I'm always eager to share.
Thomas, did you see any other Marlowe when you?
Not that I recall. This one's. They might have had one other beer, but this one definitely stood out.
If you ever happen to run into any other double IPAs, I would
I think I
definitely.
remember seeing last beer drinking a bunch of these things. I'm like, oh, that beer name sticks out. Better try that. Not disappointed. I'm very eager to share some more beers if you're in the Massachusetts area. Come on in.
BuMpy's over there with a drain pour on his hands.
Legendary
Oh,
Joe from the Beer Patrol.
What's up?
But
Cheers.
we're about to add up my score and find out what the hell I found.
Okay.
out.
If it's over an 80, you failed.
Ha! Keep it up. Damn.
Well, it can't be over an 80. My scoring only goes up to a 50.
That's why I said you failed.
I
Bad
I don't know.
mathematics.
That is of the
I
most.
showed all my work too.
Jeez.
kind of, I don't know, Bumpy. I almost feel like I got a ballpark of where you're at. Did it hit the 40s?
I don't think so.
I didn't die. Yeah, I was by your reaction. I'm like,
36.
that somewhere in that range. I don't want to shoot too low, but
Damn, I got a numbing feeling. This is very peppery and green peppery. This
you
is-
think it's you definitely think it's fresh.
It's very fresh.
Too green than
Yeah.
you got another one of those, had it like fucking
It's garlicky,
But it-
like
it's
garlic
for, like-
spice.
yeah.
You know that heat from garlic when you put too much in your mouth? It's got
Bro.
that kind of thing. 36.
36, yeah.
Okay, where's my prize?
Where's
That's what you scored your beer, Bumpy? 36?
Yeah, I'm gonna score mine
Your
at
man
36
guessed
out
it,
of 50,
too.
which leaves it at just above drinkable. It's that good.
Nice.
I said it's not drain pour. It's interesting, but this one's just not hitting me like other Belgians. Yeah, well, it did come from England, so who knows what they did with it overseas. So,
From England.
yeah.
Shots fired, Luke John.
You ranting and raving about that beer in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, we get Saint Bernard brews over here, and I'd much rather.
Everybody's
drink
palate's different
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I could have that. I could have that beer. Eric could have that beer. Anybody here and be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like this beer." And
Well, like
it
he's
just-
mentioning like chocolates and stuff like that. It's like I could see, like there might be like a dusty chocolate on the nose. And it's like when you start hearing stuff like that. But yeah, slight fruitiness. Say dusty chocolate.
You wonder how
Dusty
they brewed it.
There's a lot of dusty
Yeah.
being thrown out tonight.
It's that weird grain. It's grain thing that's going on with it. And like I said, first it made me think of metallic notes. In the nose, at first I thought that note was like alcohol. It was like first it was like, is that alcohol? No, it's this weird graininess that's just coming through. Yeah, it could have been something because it does continue to ferment in the bottle. Who knows what happened?
Yeah.
It's definitely not one of my go-to strong ales. So if I was just based off this one bottle, this is definitely
That Morning Brew, was it Trace Pistoles? Whatever it's called? I think that's it.
Tres Pistoles. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
That's a unibrew.
They're good. I don't like their twist off caps.
Yeah,
though.
them.
They always have twist offs, but they have good Belgian style beers. I guess it doesn't really matter with that kind of style, you know. You want some masters in it.
Yeah, at least see Luke John. He agrees with me. There's something wrong with it because it's English and not Belgian.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
Roll with that one.
Damn you, Paul.
Maybe we should roll with that one. Totally.
Miss Lane's had a good question for us tonight.
Save it for next week. That's a good one. That's from the chat. Roll with this one.
You guys want to score your stuff? Get your scores out of the way.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Dan. You're raising your hand.
No, 4.
Oh,
4
4 out of
horsemen.
5.
Woo! 4.
4 or 5.
I'm
4
gonna,
out of 5.
I'm gonna,
Yes.
I'm gonna give my beer a 95. I think that was really tasty. I forgot to tell you it was sweet towards the end too. I'll tell you.
And fun fact, I also just filled my Genesee holder with a Genesee beer finally.
Nice.
Yeah, check out those crazy variants.
So
Dude.
95
Yeah,
it is,
that's
my
awesome.
friends. 95 it is, please.
I don't get any of those beers. I would like to try them.
Not like a-
Very disappointing. It is because I get the honey brown. I get the
Please,
green ale,
man.
I get the
In about-
lager, the light.
In about 17 days, BuMpY's going to have all the variants.
I should get them though. Why don't I get them? I live right here, right next to you.
I'm going to score my beer 93 out of 100. I thought it held up really well for being almost 10 months old.
There you go.
And I like it. I mean, 93 I think is a little bit on the higher side, but this beer genuinely being like tart sour, I got respect for that because everybody knows the game's all over the place when it comes to that.
Yeah.
It's not a sour. It tastes like lactose and it's sweet and fruit, but it's not sour. So I honestly I like it. I had more of a body and mouthfeel like a true Berliner style. Being at 6%, a little bit higher in the ABV range, but that's kind of how it came off. It was light, crispy, refreshing, wasn't drying on the palate. Good beer.
Nice.
Good beer.
Honestly, I think even though if this beer is as old as it is, I think it would still be beer mailable. Like if I scored one today and sent it out in the mail tomorrow and somebody tasted it, I don't think it would get a bad score. Very interesting with the addition of the chocolate, vanilla, and the orange was good. It all played well together.
Cool.
Bro. Opaque, blonde, hazy looking beast.
Well, I guess I'll just go out and start talking about mine. The Royal Bee, I like it. As far as being the New England IPA, the lactose, it's definitely giving off milkshake IPA vibes. It's super tasty. It's got the mouthfeel and body. Carbonation's good too. I think I didn't even mention that medium carbonation. I just kind of wish it had a little bit more of the honey. I think the honey's not prominent enough. It's a little bit more on the back end. Like you get a nice honey lingering sweetness, but I would have liked to notice it a little bit more on the palate as the flavor goes through, and not just on the finish. The hops are really nice as well. That Hallertau Blanc, like Eric was saying, does add a good amount of that white grape. And like I said, I was kind of getting like a candied melon, tropical flavors up front. And lactose is definitely a good amount of lactose, not overly sweet to the point where it's cloying. But yeah, just being a honey-based beer, and that's kind of the whole theme they were going for. I did just kind of want a little bit more out of it. But with that being said, it's a good beer. 93 out of 100 for me. But yeah, I just wish it was a little bit more prominent. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. Maybe a little bit more of like a sticky kind of mouthfeel, considering honey in it. Really give it that, when you think honey cream, you think it's going to be like this pillowy mouthfeel, sweet lactose, even to the point where it's almost vanilla, which I wasn't really getting. And then you kind of think like, yeah, the honey's going to be super prominent with like that creamy lactose. But it was still good. I enjoyed it. So 93 out of 100 for me over here. So
Nice. I'll go. This beer is good. 92 out of 100. It's no, it has a real nice green flavor to it. I let it sit for a little while. It's fresh. It's probably 2 weeks old, a week old. Didn't say. Green onion though, black pepper, very big numbing garlic kind of feel in the mouthfeel. As I let this warm in my hands and drink it, it gets real numbing. My tongue's numb, kind of. Yeah, it's got that kind of feel. Not super sweet, not your typical New England, as a lot of those seem to be a little more sweeter. But this one has more of like a grapefruit piney punch to the back, bringing it to more of like a West Coast kind of New England style, or West Coast hazy, as they say or have been saying. BJCP just needs to catch up. But this is everyone's going crazy with styles right now. But this is good. It's really good. It's delicious, and it scored really well on Brew Advocate and Untapped as well. So, yeah, I'm impressed. Cheers.
Cheers. Let me unmute my mic.
Eric, did you read your beer?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think BuMpY wanted to do. I can go next. That's fine. I don't want to cut BuMpY off.
I'm good.
Eager to share. I'm eager to share this beer. Sure. Yeah, I would recommend this to people. It is a pretty. I guess I would say it is a pretty. Well, I'm going to. It is a pretty full-bodied ale. Definitely, it's only 5.4%. So you can probably drink a few of these. I'm guessing. Well, I said it was a. I didn't even talk about the body of the beer. It definitely was a light side of the medium. I would classify it as a medium-bodied beer, but it was on the light side of the medium. I kind of wish, and again, it may be on tap a different experience, but I wish in this particular canning that the carbonation was a little bit finer and more, I don't know, velvety, smooth, and just the smaller bubbles. I think it was a little carbonation burn, but nothing like chugging down a Coca-Cola or something like that. So if that's my own complaint, we're doing pretty good. Again, it's a better beer when it was a little bit warmer out of like a 42 or 45 degree refrigerator. I think there was more to pick up on when it was a little bit warmer than cooler. And I'm going to give it I would buy this again. With reservations, I'm looking at more Marlowe beers and seeing what they have at the store that I went to. I guess I would give this a 93. It's not the world's most complex beer, but it's very easy to pick up on the flavors. And if you're looking for a hoppy style in the New England pale ale category, definitely do not pass that up if you're running across that at a beer store or even in a beer swap. I would totally go and do that beer swap if Eager to Share is in the swap. So 93, good stuff. Yes.
Nice. Good.
Cheers, Eric.
Nice.
Hey, Josh brought these guys to my attention the other day. You ever heard of Long Live Beer Works?
Yes, sir.
I want to check them out. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Maybe we can make
I don't think
day.
I've ever been there. I don't think I've been there.
Yeah, they're in Providence. Maybe
Yep.
we can make a day of it. Maybe
That'd be great. Yeah,
If
they have a
I
brewery across the
enjoy
street called
it.
Moniker to go to. Yeah,
time.
Where are they at? Providence, New York, Eric?
Providence, Rhode Island, the capital of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find one word as a name of your brewery. Good Lord, that's like a sentence. But that's great. I've never heard of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh told me about them. Josh said he got some distribution of their products, and he said he really liked them.
Okay.
No, I hope to get them. If I ever get them, let's say 10 or maybe we'll do examination.
I don't think they really distribute much, which is weird.
Not that
Maybe
I
it's
know.
a
Yeah.
brewery thing.
Or just
Or they, I don't
They
know.
must be distributing.
Or Josh is getting them. I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't get them more over in Rhode Island, but Josh is getting them in stores and
very exclusive to the
Virginia.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird. I
He's
agree.
got his ways, doesn't he?
That's cool though. They're probably small, they can't
Most likely.
distributing, yeah.
Right. Yep.
So it's kind of hard to do that on a big level.
All right, BuMpY, what's that score? I'm eager to hear.
Oh, my score?
Yeah.
Oh, I already said it, but I'll
It's
say it again.
36.
36 out of 50. Jesus, 36 out of 100. That would have been horrible.
That would've
36
been
out of
horrible.
50, which still lands in the good category. It's definitely different. And Luke did correct me, and because I was like saying, oh, it's I much prefer like stuff from Saint Bernard or Chimay or Rochefort, whatever. And then he reminded me that it's not a Belgian style; it's an English Trappist ale.
Oh,
So yeah,
Not actually from Belgium. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's a different twist on the style, and maybe it's just missing some of the stuff that I really like about the Belgian style Trappist ales versus an English one. So yeah, but not horrible. Just not something I would seek out again. But I mean, it's worth a try. If you're having an English themed beer night or something, if you have friends. Does anybody on here have friends?
So they're English
I
monks.
do.
Yeah.
A few of them.
So you might have like an English like night, maybe there's something to try.
Yeah, who knows?
Ouch.
Hey, Bumpy. I forgot to mention to you.
Your face said it all, Bumpy. I'm not trying that shit.
There was a that brewery that I was just talking about to Eric. They have a pale mild, but they don't actually call it an English pale mild. But it's 4%.
Huh.
It's from that company. But I was gonna go up there, but I didn't want to go to Providence.
Yeah, the company's Tent Meadow, right?
What's that?
Hey, can we bring?
No. I was
Can
talking
we bring
about
Beer Man in the big picture real quick? Sorry
This
to
is
interrupt.
so green that it's got hot stuff on the bottom of the glass.
what?
Dan's son's trying to meet Santa.
Yeah, can you just
So
bring
that's very important.
Beer Man? Big
Oh,
picture?
I
Sorry.
got you. Yeah, we can do this. So yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Who is that? Who is that? Is that Santa? Yeah. Santa's daddy's friend.
you've been a good boy, son.
Oh, listen.
You've been a good boy this year.
Craft beer, Santa.
He's asking you being a good boy. Are you being a good boy?
No.
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 Oh,
Oh,
no. Oh no. All right, you better go be a good
I'm
boy.
gonna
She's
get
gonna bring you
fatter.
presents, okay?
For the winner, I
Say bye,
promise.
Santa.
Santa.
Bye.
Bye.
Now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right.
That was
That's cute. That's cute.
great, dude.
Dan, you're a trip. You know that?
brought to you by Beer.
Oh, you
Get
got
up to work.
man. Right on.
Bumpy Road Brews.
Bumpy Road.
All right. So we got a question. Everybody gave the scores. They talked about the beers. They talked about anything they wanted to. Alex, I'm looking at you, son.
Yes, we already took care of it. Oh, yeah.
Everybody-
Here's good. 95 it is.
Oh yeah.
That was great as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Beer Man,
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
for making the. Look at that. He's not going to sleep tonight.
He's
Super
ecstatic.
excited, man. He's gonna be a good kid the rest of the year.
No, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
That was pretty. That was a great answer from your son too. You're being a good boy now.
Dude, he's got an infatuation, man. Like it'll be like the middle dry. He'd be like, I want to watch Santa. Show me Santa.
Oh,
Creepy Santa horror movie.
He just got done watching the Christmas movie with Kurt Russell on Netflix today. Christmas Chronicles or whatever. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, man, you feel it's a little bit early, brother. Dang. He loves his.
Kids have no perception of time.
Yeah.
I wish Beer Man was Santa when I was growing up.
I would give you guys beer. Yes, I would. For sure, man.
He's still here. Mom, I met
Mom,
Santa.
this is bullshit. Dad's in
That's
there hanging
freaking
out with
awesome,
Santa.
dude.
Yeah, he
Fucking out here. Bullshit.
Nicole told him.
Anxiety attack.
Nicole told him he had to go because Santa had to go back to his workshop.
Jeez.
He's
All right.
technically in his workshop. That's
We had this
Oh,
lovely question. This is a question for the panel. So this is going to be from Paul Middlefrew,
Yeah,
So let me just bring us up to this screen. So whoever falls first, Dan, you're going to be first for this question. Do you ever go back to a beer you previously rated lower, then on a clean palate reevaluated it perhaps months or years later?
Yeah, 100% actually. There's actually been a lot of beers. If you go look at, I don't know, my untapped check-ins for a certain beer, you'll see the scores like differ. Like they'll go up or go down or whatever. Like when I first started getting into IPAs, right? So I rated a lot of IPAs lower. But then I had them years later when my palate was different and everything, and now I rate them. So you'll see like one check-in be like a 3.5. Then you'll see the next check-in be like, 4.25 or whatever. And that definitely happens at bottle shares for me. Or you go out to a brewery or whatever. Beer Tuber Palooza, that was a big one. At a certain point, your palate, no matter what you do, just becomes shot, and you just like you try it the next day or whatever. Like, okay, that's a lot different than I remember. So yeah.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Dan.
Cheers, Dan.
Cheers, Dan.
There you go.
Oh, all right,
Santa.
man. Hey, whoa,
Santa Claus Beer Man.
Oh, if I could just pop this, it's like a big cis, like get a PRV valve in there and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Vicious Mosquito, man, my first beer I ever did. I revisited it last week, actually 2 days ago, and it wasn't what I had thought of it prior. It didn't. Am I answering the question right?
All right. The question was.
No.
I'm trying to read. I'm sorry.
All right. The question was. Do you ever go back to a beer you previously rated lower, then on a clean palate reevaluate it perhaps months or years later?
Yeah. So Vicious Mosquito. I don't know where I rated it. I forgot, but I know that what I tasted was really good in the front in the beginning, and I had it recently. Like I said, a couple days ago, and it was fresh, and it just didn't have the punch that I was looking for, like it did when I first had it. It's your palate changes, your everything, your emotions, your the whole everything. When you're taking it down, the orthonasal, the retronasal, all your stuff that's going on in that world, and then the flavors and everything. It wasn't up to par, with what I had thought. It was more candied, it was more sweet. It did have the piney Westy kind of edge, but it just wasn't what I thought. So it's really good to revisit things again, beers again, should I say, and just see what your thought is. Like Pliny the Elder, for instance, it's a great beer. It's one of the grandfathers of Westies, but sometimes people might have a different opinion on it. So, where they revisit it, and go, oh, it wasn't as great as I thought. Another one is Bear Republic's. What's the one that you said, Bumpy? You like the Bear Republic's speed something? Or no, not
Racer
The
5?
Racer. I like the
Yeah.
Racer 5 and the Racer X, or the Racer 10, as I was once corrected by somebody.
Oh, the
X
Imperial
stands for 10, so it's Racer 10. I'm like, well, it's Racer X on the damn can, so it's
right. I like the double one, the version, better than the original. They're both good though. The first one's a double too, though. It's a 7.5.
Yeah, I think that they're quintessential like West Coast IPAs. It's like
they're
what you're thinking, but they're just done so well.
They're done well. They sure are. That's actually one I shouldn't have said. That's a good beer, actually, right there. but no, yeah, the one I mentioned, the Vicious Mosquito is not as great as I had thought. So there you go. That's my answer.
I like that beer.
So not bad, not a bad beer, not a bad beer, just different in comparison to what I had tried before to now.
Yeah.
You know? It's just different. I've had so many Westies that you're like,
We're
oh,
getting all beer snobby.
right.
Nice.
So
We
cheers.
do. We all do.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely.
beer man. We got Alex.
Thank you.
So what's the question?
Do you ever revisit a beer that you've scored low? Like, say
Well-
there's a beer that you had that you said, I don't like this beer. Have you ever gone back like months or years later and try to give it like another shot?
I went back to the elf, the man elf, because, like I said, I have a clip of that or something. I thought I was, I think I have a video. Yeah, I have a video of man elf. I think I gave it like a 70 or an 80 last time, and then I drank it months and months and months later after I had no beer on my palate, and I was able to taste the cherries. I was not tasting anything when I last drank it prior to that. So that did not taste good to me. So I gave it a 70 or an 80. But the next time I drank it, just to drink it, tasted better to me. Because I was able to taste those cherries, those real cherries, because it's supposed to be real cherries. So, yeah. Very rare you'll catch a beer from a 70 to an 80 from me. Very rare.
Very rare.
Yes, very rare. Yeah, that's how it rolls, my brother. So yeah, if you try out the Mad Elf. I mean, make sure if you like cherries, make sure you don't have beer on the palate before, because otherwise it just tastes nothing to me. And once I did not have no beer on my palate, like I said, because I was able to taste actual cherries. So I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Appreciate you.
Try true someday.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate your answer.
Anytime, brother. Cheers.
Let's move on to Eric.
I can't remember ever going back to a beer after not enjoying the beer. I mean, that would be a good thing to maybe try to do. I don't know. I just don't want to be disappointed and spend money on stuff that I don't really like. I guess
you can always get a single list there, Eric.
Well, I guess you never know. I guess you never know. One thing that I end up discovering doing beer reviewing, and when I used to post on Beer Advocate, is your palate does. I'm not gonna say it changes, but it definitely evolves, and you definitely find out over time maybe things that you didn't like initially in styles you end up liking, or styles that you didn't really like initially, they grow on you. So maybe that would be a really good experiment to do. I never really liked the Mad Elf beer. I did a review of that years and years ago, and I just remember it. I remember it totally different from Alex, it being more like a cough syrup cherry-like product. And maybe that would be a good product over the winter time to try that again, see what I really think. But generally, I don't like to spend money on stuff that I don't wish to drink again. But who knows? Maybe if I did it, I might discover something. So to answer that question, simply no, I usually don't go back to beers and see what I think of the ones I didn't really like.
It did taste like cough syrup a little bit, Eric. I forgot to tell you that. But it did taste like real cherries, though, because it said it.
Well, there's my answer. I really typically never do go back to those beers. So maybe
Appreciate it.
Cheers, Eric.
Woo.
Right. We are going to go over to Tanner.
All right. So I guess the answer to the question, kind of short, is yeah, I really do like revisiting beers. Dates, styles all come into play. Like that Allagash Haunted House I just recently did. Tried it the first time with an old date, and I thought maybe it was just old, and I didn't enjoy it because it was old. But then I tried it fresh, and I just didn't really enjoy it, So it's nice to kind of have an aspect of understanding something like that, where it's like, oh, this beer might taste bad because it's old, but then you try it fresh, and you're like, well, I really just don't really enjoy it. And also, there have been beers in the past, like when I first started up my YouTube channel. Let's say like Sierra Nevada, like the Pale Ale Torpedo. I wasn't the biggest fan of them. I didn't really like the pine, hop, resin, bitterness. And then, as my palate progressed and I started doing more beer reviews, got more used to the style, tried them eventually, and I was like, oh, these are good. I really enjoy these. So it's nice when you try something, especially when you're a novice at reviewing or even tasting products. You go and try that style down the line, you have more of an appreciation for it. And that'll actually help you really enjoy the product. But yeah, there have been some beers that I've tried that I didn't enjoy, and then there have been some beers that I've tried again and I didn't enjoy, and I did, vice versa, whatever it is, you know. But yeah, that's always something you should do, is always revisit something. Preferably if it's something that you really didn't enjoy, like if you thought it was like a drain pour, couldn't drink it, possibly wouldn't pick it up again. But if it was something that was just kind of lacking to you, you're not super familiar with the style, maybe you do some research, go look back at this guy's Multi Mondays, or you can go online and look up some styles and kind of get a feel for what they're supposed to taste like. And when you do that, you really do start to appreciate a certain style and flavor. And then there's just some beers that are just kind of, to be completely blunt, there are just some beers that are just kind of crap, and you try them again and it's just like, yeah, it's like Eric said, it's just kind of a waste of money. But I do feel like there are some beers that, if you had 3 or 4, you're in a good beer section, and let's say your palate's kind of messed up, and you go back to it maybe like a month from then, and it's your first beer of the night, you might you might actually think it's a lot better than the one you had after 4 or 5 Imperial Stout. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's all style and dates, and there's a lot that comes into play that makes you want to revisit something. Me personally, because I don't like to tell somebody who put their hard work into something that what they made is shit. But if it's shit, I'm going to tell you it's shit. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But yeah, definitely a great question over there, Paul. And yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers, man.
Right. Cheers, Tanner. Thank you. On to miscellaneous brew reviews.
All right, cheers, guys. So I'm not going to harp on it too much. Tanner pretty much summed it up. I do go back and revisit some beers that I've given really poor scores, or beers I just thought were off. And dates can be factored, There's all kinds of things to it. Some cans don't. But there's also the difference too, if you're getting it in distro, or if you're at some place and they have it on tap, could be a totally different tasting product. You would think draft compared to canned and sent out. I don't know. Freshness date's probably going to be a lot more in line, I would think, if you're kegging it and shipping it. But yes, I do like to revisit beers. I think it's a good thing to do. Like I said, I've had some that I've trashed, and I go back and I'm like, it's really not that bad.
I agree.
But, and then I feel in the same direction as that, I feel like I've overscored things in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
if that makes any kind of sense to it.
Totally, dude.
Sometimes your judgment at that time is not in peak condition.
Yeah. True.
True.
Yeah,
Shameless plug there.
And I worked all day.
Nice. I worked all day too. I labored
on Labor Day, and I didn't get no extra cheese.
Damn it.
No extra cheese. I had to ask for cheese.
Hell yeah. Struggle's real, though. So yeah,
they at least gave us sausages and stuff.
No, there was food today and stuff that I cooked for the residents that I could have had plenty. I'm probably gonna snag those meatballs tomorrow if my boss did. The barbecue grape jelly meatballs.
That's good.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I guess that brings up me. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely beers I have gone back and revisited. Ones that I gave scores to that were pretty low. A, palate changes over time. B, there's different factors that you could have had, when you reviewed that beer. maybe it was too old. I've had that happen plenty of times where I've like, whoa, this one was like 4 or 5 months old. I'm like, I'd really like to see what it's like fresh. If I find it fresh, I can revisit. One that I recently did was Equilibrium
Oh, yeah.
with the what the hell was it? The MC squared one. I first had that beer, I didn't like it. I was like, wow, this is just crap. And there was talk about it. Well, maybe it was just oxidized. I'm like, I don't know. All right, it was like my first impression of Equilibrium. I was just like done with them. And then I revisited years, at least a year later, on or close to it, 9 months, somewhere around there. And it was a much better beer. I was like, oh, so I gave a much higher score. But then recently, I haven't had much luck again with the Equilibrium. I've had quite a few cans be oxidized, and they're very well within date. They were kept cold. And oxidization really shouldn't matter if a beer is canned properly, whether it touches like a warmer temperature or not. That shouldn't oxidize it. That just means oxidization means that oxygen was able to get to the beer to begin with.
Right.
So there's an issue with canning. That's what that means.
Yep.
So can a beer spoil quicker if it's not kept in the fridge? Yes. But, if it's only like 3 weeks old, I don't see that happening. I used to drink beers warm all the time. I'd leave them out. You buy them, half the beers on the shelves at these craft beer stores are on the shelf.
Yeah.
You have to pay extra to have them in the fridge. And your beer may keep longer, but I mean, look at the old days, they used to ship beers, overseas, and they put them in barrels with lots of hops and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, Equilibrium's got an issue with their canning line, is what I can see. Saying that right here, right now, Equilibrium, get your shit together.
BuMpy, I haven't had a problem with it.
There's quite a few beers I haven't had an issue with either, but there's something, along the way. There's too many. It's too many.
True that.
It's not like it's one. It's not like it's like one beer. Oh, it's been a lot of different 4-packs I picked up that have all.
Tell you something. When you drink it, does it taste like tea?
Yeah, well, that's
usually if it's getting old.
Oh.
There is a hop out there that there are a couple hops that do taste like tea.
I just got it a couple of days ago. I just got it last week, and I told you.
We got to look at the dates when you buy them.
Check the date.
They need to fix their canning machine.
It don't matter, dude. I've had a month. I've had a month-old EQ, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, BuMpy, I didn't mean to
the shit on EQ. But here's what I am gonna say.
I'll shit on EQ.
I'm gonna be going to the Beer Tuber Palooza, and there was somebody brought up a question during Kyle's thing, no hype. He had a live stream going. Somebody brought up a question about, I think it was Keith, was it 93 timbers?
93
lumber. Spelled out. There you go. He asked something about like beers that are like were just bad or something, and then there's this whole thing of all these beers that I've never heard of that were bad. But I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, well, there's a beer that I had that I thought was the worst beer that I've ever had. So maybe if I can find it, I can bring that because I've never had it again since.
Hey, BuMpy,
actually, since this video. Hold on, I'll bring this up.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Vial going for some more. Vial, try for yourself.
Disgusting.
Vial.
Not a beer you got from New Jersey.
Vial.
Disgusting. Try for yourself. So going for some more.
A little animal
just comes up to your gut. It has kind of a pleasant, fruity flavor to it. Vial, try for yourself. Thanks for watching.
That's right. The Sour Flower from Henniker Brewing Company. I would like to try that beer again. Bring it to share with people. So if I can find it, it will be going to New York with me. and we'll see if it tastes like bile.
Ugh.
It's kind of stuff that just comes up from your gut. So yeah, we will revisit some beers that we don't like. I think that was kind of what I got out of pretty much everybody's answers to that question. Whether or not we record them all, I don't know. Because sometimes you're just kind of hesitant, I think, as to whether you're going to waste time recording and breaking it down and stuff like that. So maybe you just might revisit it on your own. And if you do like it, then you might be like, oh yeah, you can do a different video, like a save the bear video. Sorry, I didn't mean what I said. You're beautiful. I love you.
Are you really?
You got all your teeth in your mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Thought the grass was greener on the other side. Anyways, let's go ahead and just go back to this screen like this. You guys, if you want to just run around and shout, give me promos, any shout outs that you like to do.
Well, me, Food Friday. We're gonna be doing strawberry shortcake and beer, whatever you want to bring. I don't care or don't bring beer. It doesn't matter to me. Bring beer, whatever. I'll still put beer, just just let you know if you want. But around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Thursday, we are back at 10:30. And Alex and Friends. So Alex and Friends at 10:30, and then that's it. Yeah. So Food Friday around 8 o'clock, strawberry shortcake, and then Thursday around 10:30, Alex and Friends. And then so that's my 2 shout outs on me. And then other shout outs, don't forget to Legendary, obviously Legendary Dan, we don't need to shout out because Legendary Dan's here, but I do shout him out every time. But either way, I'll let him do that one. Well, I say his actual channel name though. But either way, so check that out too. But also check out Rick Jopless. Check out who else? Jopless. John and Nelly. Check out John and Nelly, known as Georgia Beer Reviews. Obviously, I think he's going to start doing Beer Buddies, hoping soon. So we'll get on to that soon, hoping that will be freaking awesome. Don't know about the Stout Sunday thing, but whatever happens to that, either way, is what it is. We'll see what happens with it. So if you don't know John and Nelly, just look up Georgia Beer Reviews, and you'll see if you have Stout Sunday, or you'll have Beer Buddies, or Beer Reviews, or Food Reviews. He does that too, occasionally, because he gets the new foods that are coming out every couple months or something. So yeah. Check out that. And I don't think there's any other shout outs. I don't think. If I think of anything else before I sign us out, I'll let you know. If not, it is what it is. Appreciate you.
Cheers, Alex. Thanks.
Appreciate you. Cheers, Alex.
Okay. I guess I'll go. I'll be quick. I'd like to shout out everyone should go over and check out Tyler over at South 10 Beer Reviews. I feel like he should get a little bit more love in the beer community. Also, I'd like to shout out the aforementioned BeerTuber Palooza coming up towards the end of September. So it'll be, I believe, as of right now, me and Mike, FLX Beer Reviews, Nerd Sense, Sean and Mike, Matt over at Massive Beer Reviews, Keith over at 93 Lumber, spelled out, Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews, Joe from the Beer Patrol, obviously, BuMpY. We might actually get a sighting from Paul over at PA Brew News. Maybe a few other people that I'm not sure of. Anyways, look out towards the end of the month. BeerTuber Palooza, we usually do a live stream from BeerTuber Palooza. It'll be a short one, but we usually do some sort of live stream so everyone can kind of join in and stuff. And then keep an eye out on everyone's channels for a bunch of different reviews. I'm sure we'll do some we usually all package up some mystery beers, and we pass them out, and a bunch of different groups go do mystery beers, so that's really cool. So I'm sure the content will be plenty towards end of September, going into October. It should be a fun time. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, also, real quick, check out Beer Patrol. We just did a bunch of beer reviews together, and they should be coming out on my channel or our channel and Joe's channel in the near future.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Hey,
man.
Dan, I hope to try to come, but if I can't, I can't. But I would like to come because I've been wanting to go to.
What's the date for that there, Dan? You guys have a set date or?
Yeah, we do. We do. I'll talk to you off air.
Okay. Follow me. Appreciate you.
Cheers, man.
I can go next. Yeah, sure. I should be available on my own personal channel, which is Thomas Mel 75, to do a wild card Wednesday this Wednesday. And if you're not familiar with that format, it's bring any wine, beer, or spirit, and really any adult beverage. Let's have some fun. All I ask is you're not a douche. Don't get belligerently drunk or whatever, or talk over people and be a half an hour late and say, "Let me see your beer." Just be a civilized human being, and that'll be good.
Or you're a douche.
Yeah, don't be a douche. That's what I say. Go check out Bourbon Bounty. Why not? He's on the YouTubes. He reviews bourbons and different kinds of whiskeys on Thursdays. He does a live stream, and you could very well be entered in to win some kind of a prize, and they'll ship it to you, or even a sample or two of some ounces of a good barrel aged spirit. So go check him out. Who else should you go and check out? We got a lot of other people. They don't join regularly on a lot of these other programs, but go and check out as many different beer reviewers that you can. There's Dickie's Beer Reviews out in Las Vegas. Go check out Dickie's Beer Reviews. And if I'm missing anybody we hang out with on a regular basis, go check them out. You'll see us on a regular basis with other people in a format like this. So go to subscribe to everybody and check out as many reviewers as you can and support as much as you can. And if you can't support monetarily, which I know money's tight, that subscription button and those views are very
Hell yeah, you'll be golden either way.
Cheers. Thank you, Bumpy Road.
Nice.
Cheers, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Got it.
Well, I'll go.
Go ahead, let's say beer man.
All right. So Beer and Cheese is an open table on Tuesday this week. I'm getting buzzed. Oh my god. Yeah, Beer and Cheese open table. Bring what you want. 8 o'clock Eastern. I know. I'm trying to keep it together. Wednesday is a Scream theme. So bring something that has to do with a
scary movie. Or scary.
Or in that range. Yes. So bring something with the ghoulie face or with what's that cop, the sheriff guy, in Scary Movie when they make fun of him. Yeah,
Doofy.
Hi, Doofy. Yeah. So something in that. But yeah, I did a premiere earlier that was my water test. If you want to check that out, it's long, so get a couple of beers, and watch
Will this
it.
be a good one for the old scary?
Oh, Jesus.
Looks like it.
Good beer.
For me.
Jack-o'-lantern baby carriage.
That works for
Good
me.
beer.
All right.
I'd probably go around and walk the other way.
I have this too.
That's one of Two Roads' better beers too.
Okay, I'll try that too. So.
Any of those two will work. It's fine.
Thanks.
We're doing a Halloween kind of theme thing. I might break off and go into something else like October.
I'm going to bring one with the
So-
bacon.
You let me know, let's drink beer man. I'll hunt down those beers as well.
Well, we're not quite in Halloween yet. You know what
Right,
I'm
we
saying?
got a month.
We're getting on 2 hours, though. I don't want to take up too much
I'll
time.
be buying my
Let me,
Christmas beer by then.
Let me shout out Beer Hounds Beer Reviews. He's a great dude. He's in my hair. He's in my neck of the woods. And Craft Bruiser also is over here. That would be CraftBrewsr. Great dudes, funny dudes. I like their stuff. So check them out, man. Yeah. Thanks, Bumpy, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, beer man. Is it me? Am I next?
I believe, yeah, and I think then after you would be me.
Beer fest.
Oh,
Miss Lace, have you gone?
No.
Nope. So
Do
Miss
that.
Lace.
I've just been patiently waiting.
So Wednesday, we're going to be doing a new show. So we call it Spirit Showdown. So pretty much take two of the same liquors, take two different whiskeys, two different gins, two different brandies, whatever you want to bring, and you compare them. So it's kind of like the beer brawls with the same styles of beer, and you compare those two. It's going to be the liquor version. So Spirit Showdown. Grab yourself some nips if you don't want to spend too much money, and hop on the show. And it's pretty much comparison review show. It should be a good time. We'll see how it goes. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Wednesday, and then Saturday I do my rate that beer. And that's 8 p.m. Eastern time. Pretty much open panel live beer community beer reviews. Also check out some videos. I've been dropping some different beer reviews. I'm trying to edit a whiskey review that I did with somebody else on this panel. Leave it a secret for the chat over here. But yeah, I've been trying to edit it. I've been trying to get it on my phone to the point where I can edit it. So hopefully that'll be released soon. And also, possibly tomorrow around 11 o'clock, I'm going to be doing an examination of Hot Butcher Green Fly with this guy up over here and Mike. So look out for that. That'll be
That's
fun.
Dan.
Not in the morning, though, right?
Said this guy.
Did you say this guy and Mike?
Yeah, I said and Mike.
Okay.
But in the afternoon, though, right? But not in the morning, right?
No, it's going to be probably at night, right, Dan?
It's gonna be almost into the early morning.
Yeah, we'll hammer out the details. I don't know if it'll be a live thing or a recorded thing, but we'll figure it out.
All right. So yeah, so look out for an examination review with me and FLX Beer Reviews. It's awesome. Definitely
I look forward to it.
More examinations with some more beer community people. I have a couple out there with Alex, I believe. They believe me and Alex have a couple examinations we did. I know we did the sour diesel. There might be another one, I believe.
There might be some more coming up. I just don't know when.
I mean, honestly, if I could amend my shout out, I would like to also say, look out for something with me and BuMpY and possibly us and Miscellaneous as well.
There you go. Yeah, I do have a group chat that I got to add you to, Dan. It's called Beer Examination. This way, we can kind of keep track of things, and if you could tell people, maybe like a week or so ahead of time, hey, I got this beer. I'm reviewing this beer with this person. If you can get it, come on the examination show or just a pre-recorded video. So I do have that group, so I got to add you to that.
Did you add me, Tanner? I don't remember.
Yeah, you're in there, Alex. You're in there.
Yeah.
What's up?
Is that on the Google chat?
Yeah, it's Google Hangouts. It's like the same thing as what we usually use, but it's just like a beer examination group.
All right,
specifically for that. It's not just like random chatter. It's more just kind of let people know what you have to review and stuff and try to get people together to do videos. So shout outs for some other people. Shout out Jean H. Pierre. He's close to that 1,000 mark. I'll help him hit that 1,000 subs. And yeah, he's kind of like me, where he just does beer, liquor, pretty much any type of adult beverage reviews, wine reviews. He's actually pretty good at reviewing wine. And also go check out Super OG, guy from Canada. He does some pretty entertaining videos, and he's got he does live streams, and he also has like a story film style video that he does that's pretty entertaining. So if you never heard of him, go check him out. Good dude. So yeah, that's it. I'll leave some room for Miscellaneous and BuMpY for shouting other people out. So thanks for having me, BuMpY. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, man.
Well, all right. I guess it's my turn now. I'm not really doing too much nowadays. I've just been hanging out, relaxing a little bit. breaking from YouTube. Still joining the shows though, here and then when I
True
can.
that.
And like I said, I still got some irons in the fire. I just got to get some more thoughts and material together to put these shows together, because I don't want to just sit around and beat a dead horse all day, like same discussions. I want to have got to pick right topics, something that's not going to be, oh, well, 5 people talked about it in 10 minutes and it's dead. It's for like inebriated thoughts and some other shows like that. I've actually thought of something cool that I thought would be maybe something you could get a couple people into. Do like a $10 bargain beer haul.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
And like a budget or a $15
Yeah, that'd be cool.
beer haul.
There you go.
Go score something.
Yeah, see what you can bring to the table.
Well, what you got, or do some reviews. You could hashtag it out, make it be a part of the series that everybody can piece together on their channel. And then, I mean, if the end you could make, somebody could edit a compilation and be cool. But I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of things, and I think about it all the time, trying to be fresh and just different, outside the box. Yeah. Other than that, go check out Leprechaun TV. 9 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, for the hot seat, barbecue banter, interviews with barbecue pitmasters, recipe swaps. Actually score some pretty good spices over there. The barbecue communities, they're pretty good people. Other than that, who else do I have to shout out? Oh, was somebody in the chat? Sure was. I got to go back. JV's Hangouts. Go check him out. Fridays, man. He always does it at 8 o'clock. He's got a good crowd over there. Really good dude. Go check out his beer ASMR video. It's fantastic. He's got a bunch of good content over there. Really cool dude. Glad to know him. Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Go check out Thrash Life too. He's kicking it. He's doing a lot of lives too.
Yeah,
a lot of
lives. He just got over 1,000 subs. He's been over 1,000.
Yeah, he's grinding.
He'll be monetizing next month or two
and stuff. He's doing live shows, but he does his stuff with the. It's not really a horse farm because they save other animals too, but yeah, they have horse rescue, goats, and llamas and drama and everything else.
Llamas and drama.
I want a sleeping goat, man.
He does homebrew, retro, horse rescue, barbecue. He's into thrash, into a lot of stuff.
Yep, ex-military.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of stuff cooking. So huge community that he's hooked up with. Check him out, like Miss Lane said. And Miss Lane's brought up Lep TV. Tanner, the brisket I smoked. How was it?
Very good.
That was it.
Very, very, very good.
The seasoning, the base seasoning on that was Uncle Steve's Shake.
Hell yeah.
Which I got from Lep TV. It actually has Lep's logo on it. I special ordered it from Steve Shakes, and he's one of the guys that you'll find over at Lep TV. So, yeah, you can find like you mentioned, you can find like awesome like seasonings and stuff like that off Lep TV's. I bought another thing from Lep TV's program live stream. It's going to make my when I have to smoke the turkey this upcoming Thanksgiving, which is coming right up, a couple more months. It's this thing that will actually hold the legs and everything together. So you stuff the turkey, you put it in the smoker, and it will like hold the whole closed. So everything, like if you put apples and celery and whatever you put in there, onions, it's going to stay shut. Very cool. Actually, let me show you what it is.
Oh, he's going to start doing things now. Watch. BuMpy's crazy.
Turbo Trusser.
Wow, that looks
An
like
American company. So shows you right there what you do with it.
that looks painful.
Get that turkey nice and shut up.
Oh,
Shut up, turkey.
Just hooking cook.
Much better than trying to use twine and stuff like that to tie your turkey legs.
It almost
together.
looks like a
Wow.
porno.
Yeah, you can use it over and over again. This is pretty hefty. This is pretty hefty for this little package. So nice product, very cheap. You can find stuff like that on Lep TV. So yeah, check out Lep TV. Cheers to him. Cheers to JV down there. Other stuff. That guy that's not here right now because his son's still excited about Santa Claus.
See you later, Danny boy.
But Dan and I should be doing a beer tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be live. We haven't worked out the kinks yet. We haven't had time to chit chat together because opposite work schedules and stuff. But we should be doing a beer together. Dan's getting around. He's doing a lot of different.
Hell yeah, Dan.
He's hitting every channel with, "Hey, let's do this beer together."
So,
You're the man.
Yeah, so either it's going to be something where it's just on FLX's channel and it's just pre-recorded, or it's on both of our channels and it's pre-recorded, or it's live and it's on one of our channels. So we haven't quite figured out the kinks yet, but we should be drinking a beer together tomorrow at some point. Before beer and cheese, maybe after. We have to still work everything out. And then other than that, I'll be doing something with Beer Man as well, which we still have to work the kinks out because it is my birthday week. I'm not celebrating the whole week. I just don't want to mention my birthday because it doesn't really matter to me.
I was just typing that in the back end. I'm glad
we
you said
just yeah. Well, there's a beer that Beer Man sent to me for my birthday, so we'll hook up. We have to talk that out to work that schedule out.
Definitely, man.
To do that beer together, and whether it's gonna be live or recorded or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you sending that out to me, Beer Man, and looking forward to it. It will happen this week.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
Santa Claus, you got a customer right now. Santa Claus, Beer Man.
yeah,
Santa Claus.
50-point inspection videos. Those are my weekly videos I put out. I put them on Wednesdays and Fridays, so check them out. Yeah, Santa Claus is still awake. He's gonna go to bed soon.
Hey, man. Hey, it looks like you're being a good boy. Oh, that sounded crazy. That was like a crazy clown.
Nah.
Now, can he?
That's like King for the Kid Loving
You have the
Clown.
earpieces.
No, he can't hear anything.
Okay, he can't hear. So
That's
we can
terrible.
just ignore him.
He can't hear anything.
Watch out for clowns, kid.
Live stream Monday
That's
nights.
cool.
I do a live stream. It is New Brew. It is this show. So 8 p.m. Eastern time, start of the show. So be here, be in the chat, whatever. Throw out a question like Paul Middleford did tonight. Appreciate your question so much. We did have a question from our panel as well, but we will reuse that question. Please remember it because I sure the hell won't. So miscellaneous. Remember your question that you had. We'll refresh it.
Good luck with that. You better put a star on it.
I can't. It's in our private chat. Maybe I can write it down.
I'll put it in the
I'll write it down after we end this. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, not much else to shout out. Bear Tuber Palooza. Looking forward to that. Meeting up with a lot of cool folks. Cheers to everybody in the chat tonight. You guys are awesome. JV, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. and JB.
Joe. You got Cheryl, Luke, John, Chatio. I don't want to miss anybody. I think Mark A popped in. Maybe if he didn't, whatever. Hey, Mark A.
BuMpY, I would also
some of our panel members in there as well. Maybe did Dio pop in? Where's Dio? Whatever. Dio, he's a member of our group anyway.
BuMpY, for any of your
he's out
viewers,
there.
if they're in the Albany area,
He's lurking.
I would encourage them to maybe get a hold of you. Maybe there's a place we all can meet up. So.
Okay, yeah. If there's anybody in the Albany, New York area, Commerce Auto, where the hell are you? Cheers to you. Thanks for being here tonight. But yeah, if you're in the area, come near September 24th, 23rd time frame. That's this month. Then maybe we can try to hook up. Okay, and cheers to Josh as well. Last beer, and Sam, of course. Sam Smalley, cheers to you. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. But I appreciate you all for being here. Alex,
Paul's last comment was good.
Hell yeah.
Paul's last comment. Wait, let's get Paul's last comment.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, Monday is BuMpY's Friday. He's getting lit.
Mondays, BuMpY's.
True that.
It's great content. I mean, credit where credit's due.
Right. Yeah, you do know. Yeah, I just finished work this week, so it's time to drink.
No.
Cheerios.
Cheerios.
And this is Alex the Beer Master. And we will see you all on the next live stream, the next video. It's Alex Beer Master signing out. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you all for attending tonight's show.
Time for.
Oh, because some came in the mail today. These nuts. Got him. Got him.